Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we're going to be doing the Jedi Knight Luke tier of the Jedi Master Luke Galactic Legend Unlock. This is tier 3, the most difficult tier of the Jedi Master Luke event. This tier, there's so much RNG. I'm going to show you guys as many attempts as I can, show you some different modding that can maybe help turn the tide in your favor. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and we're going to take this moment to give my channel members a massive shout out. Thank you for all of your continued support. If you're interested, guys, I've got a link down below where you can not only join the Discord, but also join channel memberships if you so please. And if you are going for other Galactic Legends, I've got a whole playlist where I'm going to go through every single GL. So make sure you guys stay tuned on the channel for things like that. So let's get into this video. The strategy tips here, just ignore them. They're so stupid. They're not helpful. So it is Jedi Knight Luke solo here. As far as the mods go, you guys will see that I've got a lot of offense and protection on my Luke, right? So we mod him primarily for offense, right? With a good amount of speed, primarily protection, but a good bit of physical damage. These are my normal mods for Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. So we're going to go into battle here. The key element to this battle is keeping Vader from landing damage over times on you. And the way you want to do that is by using this Stalwart Advance, where you can inflict blind for 2 turns. Now, keep that in mind that it's a 2-turn blind. So when Vader uses his Merciless Massacre, that counts as a turn. So we're going to go ahead and lead off with blind. So there we led blind, right? Vader's got blind on him. So now we're going to basic. He enters Merciless Massacre, and he used Force Crush. That is a perfect opening for us. Vader, look, we have no damage over times on us because we dodged it with that blind on him from the Force Crush. So we're going to keep moving through here with the basics. So now we're going to save our blind. I'm trying to think. Merciless, Force Crush. Yeah, so we want to save blind here. We're going to save blind for another turn. Keep going through here because, again, their blind would have been off by now, so we can't use that blind there. Now we're going to use blind, and this is why it's important to be faster than Vader, significantly faster. I find that my speed at 237 enough to outrun him here. So now we're going to throw blind out, and there we dodged another Force Crush, perfectly timing that. And again, now it should just be smooth sailing. We can take Vader out here. He can ability block us all he wants. It doesn't matter. We're just going to take him out. So now we're on to tier 2 of the event here. What I should have noted, I forgot to mention this, but you cannot stun Darth Vader in tier 1. You cannot stun Darth Vader in tier 1, so there's no point in using that ability. You cannot stun Darth Vader. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lead off with our Heroes Arise ability. Just give us a bonus turn, and you can stun Emperor Palpatine here. So now we'll go ahead, we'll do that. We're going to now... Blinding him's not as important. We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to eventually take him out. It doesn't matter if he lands shock on you. You're just going to end up killing him anyway. Like right there, he goes bye-bye. Such a silly... It's so unbelievably silly how hard tier 1 is of this, or like phase 1 is comparative to phase 2. So then Vader, performs his parted piece and chucks the Emperor down that shaft. So we're going to go through this again. You'll need to do this tier 3 times. So I'm going to go through this again with the current mods that I have on my Jedi Knight Luke, where he's modded just for offense with a good bit of speed. It is very important. That speed for this tier is important. I like him to be pretty quick because you want to try and outrun Darth Vader as much as possible. So we'll go through this again. I am not going to be doing the Emperor Palpatine tier again. There's no point. We'll just, every time we beat Vader, we'll just back out. So now what we're going to do, again, you lead off with your Stalwart Advance and land your blind, and we're going to throw it out with a basic. Vader entering Merciless. Now there is bad RNG right there. He threw the Culling Blade, so he still has his Force Crush able to be used, which is not good for us. So he's not using it. That's good, but there it is, right? There's Force Crush. Now things get harder. Because he has his Zetas, he's going to heal every single time those damage over times expire. So as you see, look, he just gained health and protection, and I'm going to give him more here because I need to keep myself alive. So now we did that. We gained a bonus turn, and we killed Vader. So there is a very great example of where even if he lands damage over times on you, that's where you've got to use that Heroes Arise ability to keep yourself alive, but recognize that he can land. He's going to be healing the entire time. So again, We'll do this one more time, and then I'm going to switch mods up to show you what can happen to ensure that sometimes your blind will get resisted. It hasn't yet, which is hilarious, but we'll do this again here. So we're going to go ahead, lead off. We landed our blind. That's good. Now let's go in here. All right, Merciless, Force. There was the Culling Blade, and there goes the Force Crush. So now we've got our work cut out for us. The good news is that he only landed a single damage over time on us. It could be a lot worse. So now we're going to go ahead. We couldn't land blind there yet again. So now we're going to go ahead and basic that. And we're just going to try and get as much damage out on Darth Vader as we can here. Because you've got to swarm him down at this point. So that is bad news there. But fortunately, we're through. So that's how you use the Heroes Arise ability to your advantage. If he's landing damage over times on you, you've got to use it early to deal as much damage to him as humanly possible. If he lands more than like 3 damage over times on you, it's normally game, set, match. So, let's switch our modding a little bit. So that way you can see what happens if Vader can resist that blind. Because it does happen. I think I've gotten pretty lucky, but let's switch our mods up a little bit. So I created this mod set here for offense and potency. So some of the mods are still Luke's, but primarily what I did was I looked for mods that had offense and potency on them, right? So I looked for potency everywhere I could, right? Tried to find the best set. So we lose 12 speed, we gained a little bit of protection, we lost a lot of health, and we lost some damage, but our potency now well above 100%. So we'll go in with the exact same strategy. The strategy is still the same. You're still trying to land that blind early, you're still trying to do all those things. Difference is now, it should be much harder for Vader to resist that blind. So we're going to blind, do our basic, and that is like horrible right there. So now, again, you guys saw we're going to need to use Heroes Arise here because he has his Merciless and Force Crush ready to go, and he's going to lose that blind, so we need to put it back on him. Of course. So he's going to land damage over times on us now, right? This is the RNG factor. It's fine. Wow, he's not even going to use it at all. What a joke. There we go. So he landed it on us, and he used that, so he healed up a little bit. We're just going to have to keep going here and destroy him with counterattacks. Again, you're seeing his healing there. We're going to basic him, and this should end him right here. Very easy, right? Even with getting what I thought would be great RNG, then it turns bad, right? So there is that. That's the RNG factor. We'll do one more time here. Again, I'm just trying to make sure I give you as complete of a guide as I can because I understand a lot of times, again, and then just to show you what happens when you have extra potency against Palpatine, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, you're just going to destroy him anyway. Let's just use this. I may as well. It'll be fun, right? This tier is so, like, brutally boring. Let him go, and there he goes. I mean, it should be impossible. It should be a crime to lose against Palpatine. The only way you'll lose against Palpatine is if your game crashes, which can 100% happen. So, there it goes, goodbye. Alright. So, let's get through this. We'll go through that one more time now, guys. Again, we've done it fully with a potency set, done it fully with an offense. Try and get through Darth Vader again here with extra potency. Hopefully just show you a few different scenarios where Vader does different moves. Again, I could probably play this for, 40 minutes and get, 40 different ways through it. So, lead off with your blind always. And then we're going to basic. There he goes with Merciless and Force Crush. That's the perfect opening for us. That's exactly what we want. So now again, we'll use this. And then here, let's hold off on the blind right now. Even though he's ability blocking us, the problem is he would have lost that blind already. See, like, he would be through the blind and he still hasn't used the Force Crush yet. So we're just going to keep going through. He's using his basic a lot there. There goes the Force Crush. So now we're going to go ahead and inflict our blind because we want to get the counterattack up. That's the big thing. So there we go. He's done that. Now we're going to go ahead and use ours because we want to get counterattack back up on us, and then we can take him out. So that's using that Heroes Arise. Remember, you want to keep your counterattack up, that Jedi's, that using that ability there, and get through Vader. So I think, you know what, we'll do it one more time here. What are we? We're almost 10 minutes in. We'll do this one more time. Hopefully you're still watching if you're trying to learn as much as you can about how to beat this tier, because this is probably one of the hardest tiers in the entire game. Not saying it's quite up there with some other ones, but it's just, there's, you guys are seeing there's so many different variables here. So we'll lead off with the blind, basic. He goes to merciless. There's the force crush and the culling blade. Beautiful. All right, now we can just basic. And we'll just do this. We'll let him do that. It's not a big deal. We're just going to keep on trading hits with him for a little bit, because we've got to get around and land that blind when we can, right? So there goes that. Now we're going to blind him, and we'll use a basic. All right, come on. We need one more turn. We need him to use that force crush. There it goes. Beautiful. We can go into the final tier. Beautiful. This is a perfect one to end on. That is exactly what you want. Timing those blinds, avoiding those damage over times, and then you can eventually just come in here and decide that you're going to wreck Papa Palpatine's day. So we'll stun him, take our bonus turn, take another turn. Now he's out, and I inflicted blind on him. Basic. And then we'll do another basic. And there he goes. So, guys, that's tier 3. Again, following the strategy, using the right modding, you will get through it. You definitely need Luke fast. You want as much offense on him as you can, just to, you know, make sure you're dealing as much damage as humanly possible. But the big thing there, I would say, is just ensuring that you keep those damage over times off you. And if you do get them on, you need to get through Vader quickly before he can ramp. Because if he gets any more than like 3 on you, you are toast. He will heal a lot, and that culling blade will wreck your day. Again, guys, that's the end. Like, subscribe, comment. I love all you. May the force be with you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.